defeated the French at the Battle of Bremule, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king, but Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln. Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day. Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army.
Sua essa aliata. It obeys.
Robert's men concealed themselves in a sheltered grove and lay in wait for the enemy.
Jaren Kodon! Karnavalens Abide! Henry
Robert defeated the first column of Stephen's reinforcements, but he knew more were on the way.
Ich obey thine hess. Ich tue so, du hättest. Ich obey thine hess. That shouldn't be here. Ich forstet in Hess. Ich tue so, du hättest.
Ich habe gefangen befallen!
Und der Hammerlass! Auf! Karnavalens! Karnavalens! Den Pastor! It's a shouldn't be here! Back to the Hammerlass! Asylum, men of armies!
With more of Stephen's reinforcements eliminated, Robert was steadily undermining the siege.
Hesse shouldn't be here. Ich obey thine hess. Ich tue so, du hättest. Hesse shouldn't be here. Hesse shouldn't be here. Ich obey thine hess. Hesse shouldn't be here. Ich sua hessa aliata. Hesse shouldn't be
Robert's men decimated King Stephen's reinforcements and were poised to break the siege. Continuing the push towards Lincoln, Robert sent in a large company of reinforcements to aid his vanguard.
Ik kan do.
To further weaken the siege, Robert would need to cut off Stephen's supplies. He targeted the nearby market town.
Jonas, jag är inte dålig.
Bo, iskebon.
Köpa toppe.
Till dwindle. Bereth. Al sweet. sir. Yes.
Their field has been utterly upon us!
Sweet then, yes, sir.
Rallying to Matilda's cause, a large group of knights arrived at Lincoln to bolster Robert's army. With the market town in ruins, King Stephen's supplies began to dwindle. Robert received word that Welsh troops under Matilda's banner were en route to join forces with him. But King Stephen had the roads to Lincoln heavily guarded, and the route was not without risk, even for the hardy Welshmen.
It's libe to hear it. But mean a word, Fereth. Certes. Alles with
Making their way to Lincoln, Matilda's Welsh allies were ambushed by the king's soldiers. Robert's men would need to aid the Welsh if they wanted their help in breaking the siege. Joining forces on the road to Lincoln, Matilda's allied troops made for the castle to lift the siege.
Fortwarde freches, mit Baldenes! Dein Hestes, andente to serve. Dute is non burdel. Ich libe to hear it. Certes. Dute is non burdel. Fourth Warde Freckes, mit Baldenes. Ut readeth nu, Tulkis. We shall lay it down.
Robert's forces spotted a large detachment of Stephen's soldiers guarding the castle gates. If they hoped to liberate Lincoln, they would need to break the blockade and rout the army. forces scattered the king's army, leaving the gates to the castle unguarded.
Fortguarde freques, mit baldenes.
Robert's men finally united with Lincoln's garrison. They could now use the castle to strengthen their army. To lift the siege, they needed to destroy the enemy camps surrounding the castle.
It is Caesar for Actus.
Fuste Tulcas, Hestes. Foliende Hestes.
Look how we are ready, freques. Ich live to hear it. Ich shall lede jou.
Entendeth, Frecus. Sua they het. Frecus hearken, nu Hestes. Hestes cometh. Fuse tol periende Hestes nu. Dresseth jou arwaymen, Asteriath, Rathe arwaymen. Hestes cometh arwaymen, steppeth to it arwaymen. Frecus hearken, nu hast suas a head.
It is Caesar for Actus. Admina worda fereth. Andente to serve. We have a director! Ich live to hear. Peter, stand in the yard!
Matilda's forces struck hard, destroying one of King Stephen's siege camps. King Stephen's army dwindled as Matilda's forces struck down another siege camp.
Ich shall lede jou! Utfridet nu, Tulcas! Nu, Tulcas, setteth jou!
Ich will helde Herr.
Fortwarde Freckes, mit Waldenes! Certes! Andente to serve. Alle swift. Ich shall lede jou! It is Sita for actors. Hestes en Ordenborgen! Jede Hestes! Hestes kommen, Arwaymen! Jede each Hestes en Ordenborgen! Hestes kommen, Arwaymen! Stresset jou, Arwaymen! Hestes en Ordenborgen! Jede Hestes! Hestes kommen, Arwaymen! Stresset jou, Arwaymen! Latsende Arwes! Stresset jou, Arwaymen! Shitende at him! Hestes kommet, Arwaymen! Alessande and Arwaynas!
The king's army was scattered, and those who didn't fall fled. King Stephen was spotted, shielded by his men. To end the siege, Matilda's forces needed to capture Stephen and rout his army.
Astyria! Rate, Arwaymen! Bail sleepily on the stirreth. Uppnäm verre, Arwaymen. Raven Sheten! Hestes en Ordenborgen! Jede Hestes! Stresset Hestes en Ordenborgen! Hestes kommen, Arwen! Jede Hestes! Hestes kommen, Arwen! Stresset jou, Arwen! Stresset zu den Arwen!
Faster, Sverremen! Better! Spinnes now! Roa is evolved. Sverremen, ja.
Hestes en on, Moemen!
Hestes!
Hestes en on, Moemen!